I still remember qualifying for the World Cup or AFCON or Nation Cup was so easy for Nigeria as a country then. I can remember like let's say Tunisia 94, France 98, Korea Japan 2002. I think we missed out on Germany 2006. Then South Africa 2010, we made it. Brazil 2014, and I can't remember the last one we went if it was Brazil 2014. So, do you know what has happened? Do you know the difference? The other African countries, the smaller African countries, got better. Now we have nothing over them. Before then, we had a lot of quality players all over the globe. We had players playing for Barcelona, we had players in Juventus, we had players in Arsenal. So the quality generally dropped. Now we have nothing over these smaller African countries. Where we had the competition then was with like a country like Cameroon, which also had similar situation. The quality was there. And then Cameroon, Ghana, and Northern African counterparts. This was where we had that real competitors from. All these Lesotho, all these countries, then the quality was not there. So we had this edge over them. So beating them and qualifying for the World Cup was so easy. So now we have nothing over them because the quality of Nigerian players outside country or all over the world dropped. When was the last time a Nigerian played for Barcelona? Played in Real? Do we even have a Nigerian playing for Real Madrid? A Nigerian playing for Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool? No. The players we have now are doing their best. Honestly speaking, you cannot give what you don't have. For them to take us to the next level, they need to be properly coached. They need to be properly, like they need to play together for a long time, like club size do. They come together and play together for a long time before we can be able to get a proper team. If not, we should rely on what Egypt, Spain, and the rest were doing. I think South Africa is currently doing it. What Spain did in 2008, the bulk of their players came from Real Madrid and Barcelona. That's how they built that Spanish squad that won the Euro 2008, World Cup 2010, Confederation Cup, and thereabout. And Egypt, when Egypt was successful, winning AFCON 5 times or thereabout or more, the bulk of the players were, I think, from 2 clubs. So they just need a few additions, and it will be easier to coach. South Africa is doing the same thing. They choose the team, the players from, I think, 2 teams in South Africa. So it's easier to coach. So now we don't have a very good league, a very quality league going on. So can we choose the bulk of our players in Enyimba and trust them? Can we do that in Sunshines of Akure and trust them? No. So now we're going to rely on individual brilliance. The individual brilliance, the quality is no longer there. So now we need a long-term coaching, proper coaching. And then another thing affecting us is the patriotism level dropped because the few top players, the talent we have all over Europe, they no longer want to commit to play for Nigeria. Players like Bukayo Saka and the rest. So the patriotism level dropped. You cannot blame them because the country of their birth treated them well, took care of them, and you come from nowhere to claim them. It doesn't work that way. So that's where leadership problem also comes in. But it's not really that much of a problem because even during military rule, Nigeria was still doing well in football. So the quality of Nigerian players all over the globe dropped. And then for us to do that shortcut as other countries are doing, we need to choose the bulk of our players from a particular club. That could have been our home teams, like the Enyimba, the Sunshine, the Lobby Stars, and the rest. But the quality of the league is not there. So that is, to me, where the problem is. What we had over all these smaller African countries was that quality, the quality. Now, what do we have over them? Nothing. We have nothing over them. So it is now difficult to beat them. It's now difficult to qualify for AFCON, difficult to qualify for World Cup. The crop of players we have now, no disrespect, they are doing their best. But the quality level is not as before. And then for them to get us over to the to World Cup or AFCON and all this, they need to be coached for a long time and also with a very good coach for us to achieve anything with this crop of players we have. So that is my own take. What's yours?